Hello students, in today's class we are going to discuss about the topic Rise of Nationalism in Europe. In 19th century, many European countries were started their movements for their unification or for their liberty, for their independence, etc. And why these European countries were started their movements towards unification? One of the influential factors towards these movements was French Revolution of 1789. And another factor which influenced greatly the Europeans towards their union was the rule of Napoleon. The French Revolution in Napoleonic era aroused nationalism among European countries. French Revolution of 1789 had taught the people democratic principles. They were importance of popular sovereignty, individual rights, national patriotism, then equality, fraternity, etc. They looked upon these ideas as the basic principles in society and politics. In countries like Italy, Germany, Poland, Austria, Turkey, people are racially one, but they were politically divided. Here in Italy, Germany, Turkey, in all the Poland, in these countries there is no independent rule for these people. These countries were dominated by many European powers. They were racially one, but they were politically divided. The aspirations of these people were primarily nationalist and were directed towards union or independence. Their national aspirations were developed in many European countries, and those aspirations were directed towards union or independence or unification, etc. Because many European countries were under foreign rule. They were dominated by foreign powers. So they wanted to reshape the map of Europe on national lines. There are many European countries who were affected because of the rule of foreign powers, wanted to reshape the map of Europe on national lines. Among such movements, the unification movements of Italy and Germany were very important. We can see the triumph of nationalism in the unification of Italy and Germany. These two nations were fight for their unification in 19th century and also achieved success, means united on the basis of nationalism. First, we are going to discuss about this unification of Italy. Before 19th century, Italy was only a geographical expression, means Italy was divided into many small independent states, and all those states were ruled by many foreign powers. There were a number of small states, and these states were jealous of one another. There was no unity among them. Hence, they became victims of foreign powers. And one of the reasons for the division of Italy was they lacked unity. Italy was divided into many small states, and these states were quarrelsome. They were jealous of one another. So they became the easy prey of these foreign powers. There were 8 states in Italy, and all these states were independent of one another. So here the 8 states who were ruled by different foreign powers were Lombardy and Venetia. The 2 rich provinces of northern Italy were directly controlled by Austria, that is Lombardy and Venetia. Then Parma, Modena and Tuscany were ruled by Habsburg family of Austria. Habsburg family means that is the royal family of Austria. Here Habsburg family of Austria controlled Parma, Modena and Tuscany. Rome, Romagna, the Marches and Umbria were ruled by the Pope. These Rome, Romagna, the Marches and Umbria were also called as the Papal States because these states were under the control of the Pope. The Naples and Sicily were under the Bourbon family of France. Naples and Sicily were under the control of Bourbon family. Sardinia and Piedmont was under the King of Savoy. Sardinia and Piedmont were the Italian states which were ruled by Italian king. Here the Savoy family was the Italian ruling family, or that is the royal family, and which was controlled Sardinia and Piedmont. So here Sardinia and Piedmont were the states which were under the direct control of Italians, and this unification is also possible when these states took the leadership of that movement. Here, after the fall of Napoleon, the Congress of Vienna was held, that is in 1815, and which was dominated by Metternich. Metternich was the Prime Minister of Austria, who undid the work of Napoleon, means he changed the map of Europe. Mainly that Congress of Vienna was held to reorganize the territories, that is restoration. They wanted to restore the lost territories to the old powers. And here according to the plans of Metternich, Italy was divided. But the people of Italy never forgot the lesson that Italy was a nation. Her nationalistic aspirations were very strong among the Italians, and that feeling also one of the reason for their unification or for their unity. Austria was a dominant power in Italy. One of the main obstacles which was faced by the Italians was Austria, and that is one of the greatest enemy of Italy. The two North Italian provinces, that is Lombardy and Venetia, were directly ruled by Austria. Almost all the princes who ruled over these Italian states were Austrian puppets. The different foreign powers who controlled Italian states were the puppets of these Austrians, means they were acting according to the wishes of this Austria. The only one who was not a puppet of Austria was the king of Sardinia and Piedmont, because he was an Italian ruler, that is Savoy belongs to Savoy family, means he was independent. So here the only ruler who was not under the influence of Austrians was the ruler of Sardinia. When Napoleon brought Italy under his control, the Italians welcomed his rule because here he united all Italian states and brought under his rule. The French Revolution had its impact on the people of Italy. They consider Napoleon as the representative of French revolutionary principles. Here Napoleon, he ruled according to the wishes of the people. So they considered Napoleon as one of the representative of French revolutionary principles. His authority on the Italian states proved to be beneficial. Means here Napoleon's rule united the people of Italy. Means here he brought all Italian states under his control. The Italians enjoyed unity under the rule of Napoleon Bonaparte. So here by 1820s, insurrections began. The insurrections means violent uprisings were started in Italy. Or opposition was started in Italy against the governments. So these insurrections were the work of secret societies. Insurrections or revolts or rebellions or uprisings were started mainly in Sardinia and Piedmont against the foreign rule were mainly because of the works of secret societies. Many secret societies were organized by the Italians to fight for their cause. Here they wanted to unite Italy under single rule. At the Vienna Congress of 1815, the diplomats ignored the national aspirations of the people. Here, Vienna Congress ignored the demands or aspirations or feelings of the Italians. Prince Metternich, the Prime Minister of Austria, he was chosen as the president of this Vienna Congress of 1815, and Metternich wanted to restore peace and order in Europe through restoring a balance of power. Means he reshaped the map of Europe, or he made rearrangements. Means he distributed the territories to old ruling powers. Here, though the Vienna Congress kept Italy divided, a desire for same unity grew stronger and stronger during the years after the Vienna Congress. Here, one of the reasons for the growth of national aspirations or national movement among Italians was the works of Vienna Congress of 1815. Here, suppression, when these uprisings were started in many parts of Italy, these uprisings or revolts were suppressed by Austrian soldiers. Suppression led to an intensified spirit of nationalism. Secret societies began to appear all over Italy. The Italian patriots organized themselves through secret societies. Many secret societies were organized in order to put an end to the rule of foreign powers or foreign domination and unite Italian states. The Italian patriots organized themselves through secret societies. The largest secret society was the Carbonari or charcoal burners. One important secret society which was formed by the Italian youths was Carbonari or the charcoal burners. Here, the members of Carbonari were active in creating opposition to foreign rule. Means here, when this Carbonari was organized, many youths became its members and they also started their activities secretly against the foreign domination or foreign rule. Mainly they targeted Austria because Austria was one of the dominating power in Italy. There were many revolts between 1820 to 1831, but the revolts were put down by Austria because that was very powerful, and at the same time these Italians they organized their revolts through secret society, and that is not an easy task to defeat Austria through these secret societies or secret organizations. The watchwords of Carbonari were freedom and independence. Mainly here Italians, they demanded freedom and unity, or they wanted to free their country from the hold of foreigners. Carbonari kept the anti-Austrian feeling alive in Italy. Here finally, the work of unification of Italy was completed by Joseph Mazzini, Count Cavour, Garibaldi and Victor Emmanuel II. So these four personalities were regarded as the architects of Italian unification. They were Joseph Mazzini, Count Cavour, Garibaldi and Victor Emmanuel II were the architects of Italian unification, and they completed the task of unification of Italy. First, we have Joseph Mazzini. Joseph Mazzini was one of the architects of Italian unification. He was called the soul and prophet of the Italian unification. Here, Joseph Mazzini was considered as the soul of Italian unification movement. He was born at Geneva in 1805 AD. From his boyhood, he was very much influenced by the national movement. He was a lawyer by profession. By profession, he was a lawyer. He read widely the writings of democratic thinkers. His radical learnings made him a suspect in the eyes of the authorities. So in 1830 he was arrested because he was a thinker, he was a radical thinker. He believed that the pen is mightier than sword. ಖಡ್ಗಗಿಂತ ಹರಿತವಾದದ್ದು ಲೇಖನಿ ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ? ಜೋಸೆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಜಿನಿ. So he decided to infuse patriotism among the people through his articles, through his writings. ಜನರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ? ರಾಡಿಕಲ್ ಐಡಿಯಾಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನನ್ನು ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಬಳಸ್ತಾನೆ? ಬರವಣಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನೆಚ್ಚಿಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. And he also believed that your pen is mightier than sword. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಅವೇಕನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಜನರಿಗೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಸಿಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ? ರಾಡಿಕಲ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನ ಮುಖಾಂತರ, ಕ್ರಾಂತಿಕಾರಿ ಚಿಂತನೆಗಳ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಜನರನ್ನು ಎಚ್ಚೆತ್ತುಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಅವನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಜೋಸೆಫ್ ಮ್ಯಾಜಿನಿ. Here he joined the Carbonari. In beginning he joined the Carbonari, that is one of the secret society. But realizing the weakness of Carbonari, he founded a new secret society known as Young Italy. When Carbonari failed to achieve success, Joseph Mazzini founded his own secret society, that is Young Italy. Young Italy was an organization of the youth and a secret organization. Basically, Young Italy was an organization of the youth and that is a secret organization. The branches of this society spread throughout Italy. Young Italy attracted mostly students, mainly youths, young professional men and youths of the mercantile class. Means mainly the young generation was attracted by this Young Italy of Joseph Mazzini. Mazzini inspired the people through his writings. The unity of Italy was preached as a new religion and the holy mission, that is by the members of Young Italy. God, the people and Italy were the watchwords of Young Italy. Here God, the people and Italy became the watchwords of Young Italy. The main objective of Young Italy was the propagation of republican and nationalist ideas. They wanted to spread republican and national ideas among the people. Mazzini's task was to educate the Italians that Italy was a nation. That is not a geographical expression. Italy was a nation. The members of Young Italy spread the doctrines of nationality. Mainly, they tried to spread the doctrines of nationality, or they started awakening the people through national lines. Mazzini's influence was such that in 1848 well-organized revolts were seen in Italy. Because of the influence of Mazzini's Young Italy, many revolts were started in Italy, that is around 1848. All Italian patriots considered Austria as their common enemy. So they believed that the overthrow of Austria should be the primary program. Here the members of Young Italy and also Italians believed that overthrow of Austria was their primary program. Among Italian states, Piedmont alone possessed an army capable of fighting with Austria, that is Sardinian or Piedmont army that possessed an army which was capable of fighting with Austria, that is controlled by the Italians. People of Lombardy, Parma, Modena and Tuscany rose in revolt against their rulers. Since there was no unity among them, they were easily put down by Austria and France. Here, one of the main reason for the defeat of Italians in the beginning, that is the lack of unity. They lacked unity. There is no coordination and cooperation between the Italian states. At that time, the ruler of this Sardinia and Piedmont was Charles Albert. This Charles Albert, the king of Italy, led the national movement and drove out Austria from Lombardy. Here we consider Charles Albert as the ruler of Italy because he was the ruler of Sardinia and Piedmont, the only two states which were under the control of Italians. That is, Savoy family was ruling over that Sardinia and Piedmont. There existed the rule of Italians. But the success was short-lived. The Austrians defeated the Sardinian army. Disappointed with this, Charles Albert abdicated the throne in favor of his son Victor Emmanuel II. When the revolt of 1848 failed to establish its control over some of the Italian states, Charles Albert he abdicated the throne in favor of his son Victor Emmanuel II. With this, Victor Emmanuel II became the ruler of Sardinia and Piedmont or Italy. Although the movement of 1848 failed, it taught many lessons to Italian patriots. In this way, Mazzini laid a strong foundation for Italian unification. So he was considered as the soul of Italian unification and also became one of the architects of Italian unification. Through his works and mainly through the works of Young Italy, he laid a strong foundation for the unification work of Italy. Thank you, students.